In this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at data load and data migration in the context of ShareDo. So essentially, there are 4 ways to get data into ShareDo. You can input that through the front end, so all of the UIs, all the user interfaces that you've got, all of the form capture. You can use our data load tool, so that's an ETL process, an extract, transform and load process using a validation around a canonical schema, which we'll talk about. There's the public APIs, so everything that you can do through ShareDo front end, you can reach through our APIs, so machines can talk to ShareDo to create work types, to create tasks, to automate behavior. And then there's the Excel data load framework that facilitates import of data through defined CSV or Excel spreadsheets. Now they support a whole number of different use cases. The data load tool is really around migration from your legacy system. So there's a whole framework to optimize and facilitate that process of getting data out of your legacy system and imported and validated against your new data structure inside of ShareDo. So if we take a closer look at that, first of all, there is a full data flow framework, and that supports you in terms of the extraction. So you'll be extracting all of your data, and then there's a staging environment. So this is where we start to do some transformation. There's a canonical staging environment where we're validating your data against a new schema, and only where that data is validated that we then run the load into ShareDo targets. So there's a number of different sequences, a number of different databases, and a framework that helps you migrate en masse data that you've extracted from legacy systems and validated into ShareDo. The second part of this process, in terms of APIs, which we've taken a little look at in previous series videos, is that you can see inside of Modular, against our public APIs, they're all defined. And you can do anything that you can do through the UI, through the front end as a user, you can do through our APIs. Create work types, update your budgets, capture attributes, set key dates, all of the things that you can do. And in Modular, you'll see the definitions for those APIs, for those publicly accessible APIs. And they'll be the Swagger definitions. They'll talk you through the contracts, how you construct them, what model you get back, how you can manipulate that model. So full definition of all our APIs. And the final part of this jigsaw, which supports, as you get operational data, so things like, hey, you've just got a client's just giving you a new instruction, and here's 10,000 new cases, or however many they are. So we support another mechanism which we call bulk upload around Excel. So the first part of that, again, is in Modular in terms of configuration. So it's in the global feature framework. So you can come here and you can see we've got a bulk upload. And all this is really is you being able to define what the structure of that input file looks like. So once we've done that, if we take a look at a quick one, so we can edit this. This is just a definition around the structure of your document, whether that's going to be a comma separated file, it's going to be an Excel spreadsheet. Effectively, it's some way to transform that data into columns. So you'll specify what the columns are effectively, what the data types are that you're going to be validating against in terms of a data formatter, just a definition. And once you've got that, you can then enable it as part of your process. So if we take a quick look at that, and from the feature as well, once you've done your definition, so if we go back there before we move on really quickly, so if we look at data, and you can see in these configurations, so I've got this one, what you can do is you can then just download a sample. So hey, we've done this definition, I'm going to download a sample. That's going to give you a CSV file, and an Excel file that you can then use to share with your clients effectively. And we can see that online as well. And then from a front end perspective, if we go there, you can then start hooking up these bulk upload activities as part of your normal process. So if you've got a specific portal, which you can do that from an instruction, but you can see on here, we've got a bulk upload page as part of our standard workbench. And what we can do is we can just add a new one. So we can say, hey, give me an instruction upload. So we just select the file that we've just configured. We can even download as an example, and that'll download a sample Excel spreadsheet or a CSV that we can use. We give it a name, so we can say, hey, this is bulk import 101, whatever name we need. Give that a save. So this is a specific container. Again, it's a work type. The same way as we configure any other work type, it'll go through a journey. So it'll be loading the data, validating the data. And you can see here we've got some specific widgets that facilitate me loading some files. So if I just go there, just upload, go to my shaping, should have an example. Instruction upload, cool. So this is where we've filled in our spreadsheet that we could have previously done. We'll just upload that. That's going to save to my uploads repository. And what I can do then is just confirm the data. So this is validating against your definition. So what the columns are, what the data validation is, it'll do all that in here. We can toggle the screen to see the wider things. I can change the mapping at the top, if I need to switch these columns around and so on. And we can do things like ranges of Excel spreadsheets and things like that as well. So I'm just going to toggle that screen. And then when I've finished, I can just say, yeah, okay, go verify. And what that will do is it'll go validate that against, again, the data schema. It'll start importing all of your data. I can see the progress, I can see the data table that this is all doing. And then we've got other quick views to support the processing of that data. So if I go to my funnel real-time view, it'll show me all of that data being imported in terms of a bulk upload. So where it's at. And again, this is invoking all of the behavior that you've subscribed to. So if there's any triggers that are firing, notifications, allocation rules, workflows, tasks, and activities, they'll be created on those event triggers. And you can expose those bulk actions again via menus. So you can expose those to your clients to upload mass uploads on your files. So in summary, we've looked at quickly the 4 different ways you can get data into ShareDo to support different use cases. We've looked at the front end, we've looked at public APIs, we've looked at bulk upload through Excel, and we've spoken about the data loading framework that facilitates legacy data, mass data migrations from legacy systems into ShareDo, validating that against the new data schema. In the next video, we'll just take a quick introduction to ShareDo's workflow engine, so how you configure automatic behavior inside ShareDo.